Paris in the fall, the last months of the year and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me, of cafes, of music, of love, and of death.
Welcome to my Broken Sword 1 Let's Play. I decided to go with the original version because I read some horrible things about the director's cut. So I'm just gonna let the cutscenes play out and then we'll get into it. And the bird is stuck. I guess they didn't want to animate a whole sequence where it's flying around more, so while the text is going, it's just gonna get stuck in the midair. That's fine. It's fine. Maybe they fixed it in the director's cut. Oh yeah, he started flying again. Okay, well, I guess that works. It's creepy. Well, that escalated quickly. And that guy in the background, he's just working. He doesn't care.
As I picked myself up, all I could hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me. But the explosion was to change my life forever. The umbrella had protected me from the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now.
That's a pretty sturdy umbrella, then. I guess that's what like the bomb squads should be using.
Wrapped around the lamppost was a newspaper.
I'll take it. Pick up everything. That's how these games work.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page. It read Salah ad-Din, 1345.
Okay. Not sure what that means quite yet.
The umbrella had...
Okay. What happens if
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened.
Jesus, okay.
It was an iron lamppost.
Yeah, probably nothing interesting with that.
The table had been overturned by the...
Should we go in first? I mean, let's talk to this guy. Because I'm just curious to why he doesn't care.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Blue. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
Okay, so I guess I won't find out why the guy doesn't care about the whole neighborhood blowing up. quite yet, but that's fine.
What
That's
a
fine.
mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur.
What?
Stop holding your breath at once.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead? Move.
I guess he's not that bright.
But I prefer to look on the bright side.
Well, bright. Yeah,
Besides,
there we go.
I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead. Clearly, the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
It seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a fictitious character, monsieur. Why? He was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The
That's a
inspector
good thing you had the
passed over my
umbrella.
remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him.
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon,
That's
the
it.
picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live. She confirms the American statement. A clown with an accordion, no doubt an elaborate and eccentric disguise.
Very well. Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. I hope this little incident does not spoil the rest of your vacation.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
Like clowns.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Oh, our second item. One of many.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
Oh,
There's
just
not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious?
this guy's getting philosophical.
If the door can only be opened.
Are
George's
you
face
serious,
is
monsieur?
pretty.
I thought
that
your
pretty
interest
much
in
sums it up.
psychic detection was purely academic.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
The girl is also pretty fed up with this. I guess we'll talk to her straight away. She can stand still.
Excuse me, mademoiselle? Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right, on holiday in Paris. Some holiday, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness.
So
account,
excited.
Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
Okay. I guess that's interesting.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Let's ask about the guy who
Who's the
died.
guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation.
She just ignores that. Just, I guess, as you should.
Why won't you tell me about this clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number.
Well, that's one way to get a number.
You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine.
Oh, I didn't get to ask
see you
about.
soon.
Oh, okay. I guess. Okay, let's see. Are we already?
The card read, Augustin Rosso, and gave an address to the south of the Montparnasse Cemetery.
I mean, we can talk to him and see if we can find out anything.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
You heard the inspector. Go on, monsieur.
Okay, let's. Oh, let's ask about the.
I was one of the last people to see the victim alive, Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur. Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
What about the
I
clown?
really did see the clown. He ran into the alley across the street.
Did you follow him?
That's your job, not mine.
An armed chase through the streets of Paris? That's not our style, monsieur.
He came out with a gun
Inspector
at
Rosso
George.
may be unorthodox, but he's not crazy.
How did you and Rosso arrive at the scene of the explosion so quickly? You arrived within minutes. Was it a tip-off?
Inspector Rosso's sources are a perpetual mystery to me, monsieur. There are some who say he has made a pact with the devil.
I mean, this
What do
sounds
you
kind of
think?
suspicious.
I think he is the devil.
Well, that's definitely suspicious.
What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say.
Huh?
Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
Was he serious about all that psycho-detective stuff?
Of course, Inspector Rosso is a pioneer and a visionary. His revolutionary methods, once perfected, may change the face of law enforcement forever.
I can't see it taking off in L.A. I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantar.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
No, but
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go
It's probably the
home,
guy in the
monsieur.
newspaper or something.
I found this in the street, Sergeant.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Ah, so the meeting with the clown was planned.
How do you make that out?
The time of the explosion was between 1:30 and 2 o'clock, n'est-ce pas?
I guess so. But what about the name?
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah Eddin the clown? I don't think so.
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I played this game ages ago.
See you later, Sergeant.
And the only thing I remember is that there is an explosion and then something. Let's see.
The table had been overturned by...
Well, isn't this where he ran? To the alley? We can check that out. Let's see.
The window was protected by stout-looking... The drain pipe looked as if it would bear my weight.
But why would you climb it? Okay, well, I mean, you never know.
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe. I guess the clown had to escape over the rooftops.
He's just like vandalizing the area just for no reason. Let's see if I break something here as well. No. Garbage.
It was a battered old...
Just garbage.
It smelled like someone had dumped a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
Oh, that's a nice picture.
There was nothing of interest.
What about, I mean, there's one trash can left, and then there's the manhole cover. Oh shit. Okay, that almost scared me a little bit.
I'd had it with sticking my nose into Frank.
Yep. And this is, I can't break this one as well.
I tried to lift the cover with my fingers, but couldn't gain any leverage.
Is there anything else in here? I mean, I remember there being something important in here when I played this so many years ago, but hopefully I won't remember too much, so that it's more of a blind playthrough. I guess we can go talk to the guy who doesn't care if the neighborhood is blowing up. He might be an interesting guy. Or maybe he's just deaf.
Hi, can you spare a few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah! I thought that was it. Those automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ah!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
Let's ask him about the clown.
Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by?
He doesn't even
Some
have
of
time
us
to
have
hear
to
explosions.
work for a living.
Let's keep pestering him about the clown.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
I mean, he has a point. Let's try the newspaper.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
Imagine
I
doing
haven't
this.
got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Bah! Look at this! Damn bleeding heart liberals! Tja! Save the dolphins, catch them and eat them, I say! All that fuss over a bunch of fish!
I mean, this guy's
That's
great.
more like it! Look at the size of those! Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Salah-Eddin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe!
It's a racehorse?
A horse? A legend! Bucephalus reborn, mon ami! Like a streak of lightning, she is!
Okay. So we're gonna check out horses or something? Maybe?
Do
Eventually?
me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole.
Oh,
I
okay,
want
he's
to
gonna
put some
check.
money on that nag.
I think I remember how this... I think I'm gonna steal his tool for the manhole cover. I mean, maybe in this.
I'd found just what I wanted. A tool for lifting
there we
manhole
go.
covers.
What is this? Is this a radio or something? I'm not sure what to do with this. Okay.
It was a huge and weighty looking and
Okay, maybe I don't need to do anything more here, actually. What is this?
set into the huge gate was a smaller access door.
Let's just check it out.
The door was securely locked.
Yeah, let's check out the manhole cover then. A bird is still hanging around, I guess. Or several of them. And yeah, this is how it works. That's a pretty thin
I
tool.
lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
That's better than a trash can, maybe. He's just thinking, what am I doing with my life?
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Okay, we have our clue. Oh, and we can go even further here. Seems like a fun place to walk around in, except the smell, of course. What's this? Handkerchief or something?
It was a soggy, crumpled...
Ah, let's pick it up. Why not?
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
I mean, walking around in a sewer and picking up just random items is... Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the right place to just pick up things, but sure.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
See where this takes me. Oops. He's gonna
Hi
be
there.
pissed.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't get tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Let's go with the clown.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu. That's
Didn't he hear
awful.
it?
And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well,
Oh, so
yes,
maybe the
it
clown
had
threw
crossed
all
my
this
mind.
stuff in the...
Ah, that still
In the
does
water
not
in the
explain
sewer.
what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Haha, most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Oh, I mean, these characters are pretty great. Let's show him the clown's nose.
Take a look at this false nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
Okay, well, that's not what I was hoping for. Yeah, let's just try.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Let's ask about the
Was the guy you
briefcase.
saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave, or do I have to call the police?
Oh, well, I guess let's just ignore that and show him... I don't know, he's not... let's ask him about the waitress.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Yeah, he's not trusting me at all.
Do you recognize this material?
I am not telling you anything.
What about the tissue?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
I guess that's a good question, like why would you do that? But it's just because I can.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age,
I'm just getting this guy's life story.
fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
I'm curious about the briefcase.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
I don't know why the waitress would
Do
be
you know the
interesting in
waitress
this
at the
case.
cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say.
Oh boy.
She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
Well, that's slightly disgusting. Yeah.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, monsieur. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him.
Bravo!
Yeah, already. Okay,
Tell me
clown
about the man
time.
you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock, his face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I guess. So.
Is there going to be a
Take
difference
a
with
look
the clown
at this
nose?
false nose.
Aha, that looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
To go another way or something? I don't know. But this guy caught him or something, so... the material?
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
Ah, that is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna need a jacket.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Well, that's... So I have to find
Where
the
did you send the
jacket,
jacket?
place where he sent
I
it
gave
to.
it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
He's a bit of a mastermind himself, this guy.
What was the name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little secret number that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honestly, monsieur,
You can
is
give
its
him
own
the
reward.
tissue.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I mean, let's try showing him
This
this
is what I
instead.
used to open the manhole cover.
I am one just the same as that, monsieur. I will fetch it if you like.
No, don't bother.
Oh, it is no bother, monsieur.
Nah, forget it.
Just trying to be helpful, monsieur.
Yeah, let's just...
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that
I'm
killer.
pretty sure
soon.
that's a
I'll
crime
let you
to
out.
impersonate a police inspector. I mean, George doesn't care.
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
So do
Okay. Should we talk to the police about this? I mean, we can see if they say anything new. Or if we can find a phone, we can call that number. Let's see what he has to say.
Sergeant Moo?
Please go away, monsieur.
Maybe he'll believe us more if we
I found
show him
this
this.
red nose in the sewer.
What were you doing down there?
Fishing for clues. That's where the clown went.
You still insist you saw a clown, monsieur?
Of course. And this novelty nose proves it.
It will take more than a plastic proboscis to convince Inspector Rousseau.
You don't want this as evidence, then?
Certainly not, monsieur.
How about a tissue?
Do you recognize this dirty tissue?
No, monsieur, I do not.
I found it in the sewer.
Perhaps it would be better if you put it back there.
No way! This could be an important clue.
If you say so, monsieur.
Or it's some item that we're gonna use for something completely random somewhere down the line.
I believe this material came from the clown's clothing.
If you are right, monsieur, then the clown must be an Englishman.
Well, how do you figure that?
Only the English would wear a suit made from material like that.
Don't you like the English?
It is not so much a question of liking, rather one of taste. They have none.
Let's ask about the clown.
I've tracked down the clown's movements, Sergeant.
Is that so, monsieur?
Yeah. There's a man down the street who saw him crawling out of the sewer.
Dressed as a clown?
No, he changed into ordinary clothes by then.
So, how did he know it was the clown?
He didn't, but all the clues add up.
Little children can add up, but I wouldn't let them manage my bank account.
This guy's so annoying. Okay, I guess we're done with this area for now.
See you later, Sergeant.
Yeah, let's just try to find a phone, I guess. That's like our next step, probably. What's this?
It was a huge and weighty-looking engineered...
Yeah, it is a telephone. So we can call that guy's number. But I don't understand why this... Oh, yeah, so we click the numbers.
Hello? Who is this? Hi, my name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart, I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay, forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not.
Jeez.
All I want from you is information.
Go on, I'm listening.
Let's try a clown.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
What about the other guy?
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Okay, let's push the clown stuff.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
I mean, that's one way to look at life.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar?
How he was killed in cold blood? I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door.
This is pretty
Junior
dark.
is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know, Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Well, I suppose for now we won't talk to him anymore.
Nothing, Todrick.
What about Nico Bellic? Or no, Nicole. What is the... Oh, that's the... Okay, let's see.
Bonjour, Kula.
Oh, hi. It's George Stobart, the American at the cafe.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Still just business though, George. You gotta remember that. This is the police station. There's probably no point going there yet, so let's just go straight to her place.
The shop window featured It wasn't the style of the clothes in the shop that caught my eye, but the same amount of money would feed a starving family for the rest of their lives. I guess people who buy that kind of stuff don't have a problem with their consciences.
Let's just check out everything, of course. We gotta browse a bit.
The window was full of overpriced clothes for overprivileged women.
So cynical. Let's see. What about this woman?
The woman was doing something with a pair of needles that couldn't be described as knitting. She was a cheery old soul, the kind you'd walk across the street to avoid.
Oh, he's kind of mean.
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No
That's
thanks.
kind of creepy.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Let's ask her about flowers.
Are the
for some
flowers for
reason.
sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me.
Yikes. So we're gonna get some kind of neutral flower to take up,
What other
because
flowers do you
like business flowers.
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me. What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Oh, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat.
Well, let's not make a comment on that.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating, it's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes.
Oh, she's the
I've
one
heard
buying
her
all the
crying at
privileged
altitude
clothes.
at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
It's got her fortune read.
I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
I mean, let's try it.
How does this fortune-telling
Oh,
routine
okay.
work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Or it's just a bunch of baloney. But who knows? Who knows? Let's
What
show
can
her
you
the
tell me
tissue.
about this tissue?
Nothing?
Okay, that was not what I wanted.
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
The nose?
Do you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
Okay, we're
See you
done
later.
with this.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Creepy. Yeah, let's just try the door. Opening it the way she told us.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
That didn't look very gentle.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers beneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck! Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
I took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it? He told me to drop the story.
But you're not about to do that.
Oh no. I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think? It's a conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
That covers just about everyone.
Yeah, it sounds maybe like a conspiracy where the papers don't want to write about it, and but these two are gonna figure it out, I guess. Let's all ask about Plantard.
How did Plantard get your
Yeah.
name?
Well, the newspaper, La Liberté, had written an article linking two unsolved murders, one in Italy and the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Planta said he could supply me with more information. Somehow, the clown must have known about our appointment.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Onno Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grew up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was led to his death by a snowman.
Okay, that's certainly odd. Let's
What
find
about
out
the
more
clown's
clown
second
stuff.
victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was committed to dismantling Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so. How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
So, snowman, penguin, clown, and...
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Or a premature death.
I mean, either one's fine.
You speak very good English for a French girl.
Thanks. You speak very good English from America.
Americans get a lot of flack in this game, it seems.
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna call anyone, though. Let's just... let's show her the clown nose.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross,
Oh,
George.
that's on the tissue.
It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, he might have had a cold. I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his left cheek.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh,
That's
a
very...
crescent moon.
That's not a good thing to have if you're gonna be an assassin or something.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Tissue is a good idea.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Oh, that's disgusting, Jean.
I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use. Or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
No, I'm gonna show this to everyone.
Tell me more about yourself.
Oh, there is not much to tell.
Well, how did you get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought my first camera. I was 8 and my parents had just split up.
Can I interact with anything else? No.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend. I don't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really, always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
Oh, God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used, paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Do you have a boyfriend?
That's none of your business.
Probably will be his business, but you know, it's...
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do.
I guess I should just go to the costume shop.
I'm going back out to search for that clown.
Where?
Well, I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
Yeah, she's just gonna sit there and write. Or doodle, whatever she's doing. So do I even know where to go to find it, or... Yeah, I think that's... I mean, these French names. Do I...
It was Nico's photograph of the man we suspected of killing Plantar.
Just looking around this room, there's so many things. There is a clown outfit there, though.
She reminded me of a girl I dated. Come to think of it, the dummy had more personality.
Well, that's not nice, George.
As I was about to touch the dummy, I realized it had the same color eyes as Nico. The strange thing was, I hadn't realized I'd noticed the color of Nico's eyes. I gave the dummy Puro a tentative prod, but it didn't move. Excuse me?
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind, but in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I
Sounds
don't want
kinky.
a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible! You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I
Oh,
don't
boy.
have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
I mean, let's start with the guy in the photo. That's the
Do you
most natural
recognize
thing.
this man?
Oui, monsieur. I sold him some grease paint.
So that's the stuff that's on the tissue.
Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Let me smell that.
Oh man. Oh
Best
man.
Eimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
What about the nose?
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Okay. That means we're gonna use it for something at some time.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
The man whose photograph you showed me, he hired 2 costumes.
2?
Yes, Bozo the Clown and Seamus the Pixie.
What was his name?
Khan, a Middle Eastern man, I would think.
And did he have the scar on his face?
That's right, in the shape of a crescent moon.
Okay, well, we're finding out a lot of things here.
How come clowns are so popular?
I think it has something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't love clowns?
Me, for one.
A lot of people.
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
Let's show him the manhole
What does
cover
this
tool.
tool mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Well, that makes sense.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay.
That's kind
What are you
of...
trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Do I need a license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Oh, yeah. That's good advice, I reckon. Let's just save this, just in case I mess something up here. So where are we going now? We know the name of the guy. So should we be going to the police station or just to call the guy at the clothing shop? Let's try the police station, just see what we find out. Oh, he's back. Oh, we have phones there as well, so that's good. Oh, he's just gonna ignore me?
Excuse me?
Ah, Monsieur Stobart, n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is how crime is fought, through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure.
That would be... let's try.
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The gesture could be misconstrued.
Okay, that's probably a good thing. Let's try the photo.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Non, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the cafe. The clown.
This man looks nothing like a clown.
He's taken off his grease paint and costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Nothing? Look at those murderous eyes.
Hardly likely to get him convicted.
Let's
Do you
talk
know a
about
man
him.
named Khan? He's a shifty looking guy with a scar on his left cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the cafe?
Yes.
I believe Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
try.
I do.
One moment, monsieur.
He might not want to talk to us, but you know.
Stobart is here to see you, monsieur.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Quite reluctant.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Mr. Stobart. My mind is a well-ordered faculty. A mental classification system that's the envy of the Bibliothèque Nationale. No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
But
I've been taken off the case.
Oh, that's
what
suspicious.
about the murder, the dead guy?
It is out
It's
of
the
my
same
hands.
thing with the newspaper people, and so there is some conspiracy, I'd say. Let's shake his hand.
Would you care to shake my hand, Inspector?
Please don't be offended if I decline your offer, Stobbard. The palms of my hands are particularly sensitive.
Oh, perfect. Let's ask him about the
Do you
guy in
recognize
the
the man in
photo.
this photograph?
No.
It's the face of a killer.
The man who bombed the cafe?
The photograph was taken soon after the explosion. He'd escaped through the sewers, leaving a trail of clues behind him.
Circumstantial evidence, Stobbard. None of it proves a thing.
I haven't shown him the nose.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
I'd imagine it means you have not given up your pursuit of the clown.
You're absolutely right.
Tissue, we gotta do that.
I
There's
found
just
this tissue in the sewer.
no way we can do it
would
without
have
it.
been best if you'd left it there.
Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No.
Maybe not a good
You
idea
must forget
to
the
tell
business
him
of the
that.
clown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobbard.
What was that psycho-detective business you did in the cafe?
It is my theory that the passions evoked in violent crimes create ripples in the ether, invisible to all but the possessor of a highly developed and receptive mind.
I'm impressed. Can you bend spoons, too?
I didn't think a man of your obvious intelligence would stoop to mockery.
I'm not mocking. I've had personal experience of the power of the mind. I used to get ignored at parties until I read a book that changed my life.
Really? What was it called?
Hypnotism for Fun and Profit. He looked at me as if I'd farted in a funeral.
The power of mesmerism is a rare gift, not a profit trick.
It kind of takes everything seriously and then at the same time not seriously at all.
You're not going to try any of that psychic interrogation on me, are you?
Do you find the thought of my probing distasteful?
Let's just say I'd rather you didn't. I've got more doubts than Doubting Thomas when it comes to mysticism.
Too bad. I think you would make an interesting subject under controlled regression.
The day I let anyone mess with my mind hasn't dawned yet. What do you make of this, Rosso?
It is a tool for gaining access to sewers.
Yeah, that's right.
So long, Inspector.
I guess we can make a phone call and then I'll stop this for now. Let's just see if we get anything out of talking to the guy in the... Oh, suddenly there's a... Who's drawing this? I guess it's George.
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember the
Oh,
room.
now we have another location to go to.
Upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
Okay, that's a good lead. I guess we'll stop there for now. We're going to the hotel next time. Okay, thanks for hanging along. Just gonna quit it here and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye.